Game 2 of our Catholic League doubleheader. On a Wednesday night from the Convocation Center in Ypsilanti, the U of D Jesuit Cubs falling to the Orchard Lake St. Mary's Eaglets in our first semifinal. St. Mary's on to the championship game in a couple of days. Who will they play? De La Salle or Catholic Central? We'll find out together. He's Chad Bush. I'm Evan Stockton alongside the rest of our great crew. Glad you're joining us for the third game this year between the Shamrocks and the Pilots. Chad, they split the first two games. What can we expect in the third?
We could expect aggressive basketball, defensive-minded, two teams that want to press, want to cause havoc, want to get their offenses set up, not in the half court. So this is going to be an interesting battle between two teams, as you said, split and one each on each other's home court. Catholic
Central comes into this game hot. They beat their rival Brother Rice in the quarterfinals a couple of days ago. Can they keep the momentum going against a darn good De La Salle team? We'll find out together after the break. Starters in the tip when you come on back.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so that interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decision.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
Just about time for ball from the Convocation Center in Ypsilanti. Pilots at De La Salle against the Shamrocks at Catholic Central. Let's get you the starters for Warren De La Salle coming into this ball game as one of the better teams in a darn good Catholic league. Nino Smith, Caleb Reese, Tamario Adley, Tristan Nichols, and Michael Salaka, the big guy in the middle. He is going to be a problem for the starters for the Catholic Central Shamrocks off a comeback win in the final moments against Brother Rice over the weekend. Lewis, Nadeau, Mays, Hewer, and Cooper Craggs. The hero, Chad Bush, the other day against the Warriors of Brother Rice. Guy going to play his college ball down the road at Oakland University for the Golden Grizzlies. But he's the guy that everyone is watching when the Catholic Central Shamrocks come into a gym. Cooper Craggs is a heck of a ball player.
He can do it inside, outside. He's physical. He's a leader with his actions on the court. He's headed to Oakland U. He is certainly their key piece tonight. He had the game-winning play. He only had 10 points. He had 5 rebounds. It wasn't a statistical dream, but he won the game for him against Brother Rice when odds were against them and they were down 4 late.
Shamrocks came back and won that ball game the other day. Today here on the campus of Eastern Michigan, they're in the Valiant Blue and Peerless White. The De La Salle Pilots in black. Thank goodness this is not a football game. We got black jerseys on black numbers. That would be an absolute nightmare to call.
It is a broadcaster's nightmare, but we've got a matchup made in heaven between these two teams that finished, Evan, down towards the bottom, 4th and 5th in the Central Division. You think, okay, they're 4th and 5th in their division. Yeah, but it's in the CHSL. They're both ranked in the top 10 in our top 11 poll. Both teams playing in a great conference, and we saw the matchup earlier that proved that.
Both these teams won against each other at home. The Shamrocks beat the Pilots in Novi, and then the Pilots got them back in Warren later on in the season. Salaka and Craggs to tap it up at center court here at the Convocation Center in Ypsilanti. We're playing ball, and the tap is won by the Pilots. Nino Smith bringing it into the forecourt, Chad, a guy you got to keep an eye on for these Pilots.
He's their top scorer and a guy that is coming off a big night in the quarterfinal win over Loyola. He went for, I believe, 19 points in that game. Their most explosive scorer.
Back in his hands. Nichols driving baseline. He meets a triple team and missed the shot.
Good look, got it down low, Evan. That's the shot you want, the guy you want, but CC's got some strength down there.
There's the guy they want all night. Cooper Craggs for 2.
This is a strong presence in the post. To get him going early, Evan, is important for Catholic Central and Brandon Sanawi.
Cooper averaging 15 points per game, 8 rebounds per game. Just tough to stop sometimes. Tristan Nichols, part-time football player, kicking to the corner. Smith, what a find, all the way across the court. The 3 is off, though, as Craggs has a second board.
He's a fine facilitator, like that pass a lot, and that one.
Nadeau, yes!
TJ Nadeau can really stick it. He's coming off a hot 4 for 4 from downtown performance the other night.
Shamrocks lost control defensively, didn't get back down, and Smith floated one home for 2.
Smith's a fine player, part of that veteran group in the backcourt.
Craggs to Nadeau. Craggs tries, and he hits. The Shamrocks can't miss.
You've seen what Cooper Craggs can do. You saw him down low with a banker, finishes well, and you see him step out and stick a triple. This kid's special, and Greg Campy is really excited to bring him on campus at Oakland.
I don't know if he's watching tonight. He'll watch the replay, I'm sure, and he's going to be happy with what he's seen from Cooper so far. 5 points already for 25 in white.
Is Oakland playing tonight down at the LCA?
You know, I don't have the schedule memorized.
No, they are not. Ali Hadi answers. That's okay. Tough question to put you on the spot with.
Michael Salaka for 2 for the Pilots. Nadeau off on the 3, but with good reason. He got fouled.
For the record, Oakland will play against Purdue-Fort Wayne tomorrow, says Ali Hadi, Director of Media Relations tonight for Oakland.
It's a tough battle against the Mastodons. New members of the Horizon League, joined a couple years ago.
That's right, from Fun Wayne, Indiana.
Some call it the Paris of the Midwest. And I am only saying that because A, I love the place, and B, I spent a summer working there for one of the minor league baseball teams.
Oh, the Tin Caps
of
Fort
yes,
Wayne.
Sir.
Did you work for them?
Oh, I sure did.
Oh, you know about Fun Wayne then.
Oh, I do.
I'll say no more. Nadeau at the free throw line, and he didn't miss in the quarterfinals from there, but misses here. He's big for CC tonight, who's been very sharp to start, Evan.
Yes, he has been. Wow, 2 missed free throws in a row. I don't think that's going to happen again the rest of the season for him.
No.
Smith getting up the floor quickly. Adley falling back and missing a tough shot.
Adley in addition after coming over, transferring last year.
Coming up on 2.5 minutes into the first quarter. Good start for the Shamrocks, hoping to rally their way to the Catholic League Championship game against the Eaglets of Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Just a well-balanced Shamrock team, and they are deep. They do have 2 sophomore guards, and this is one of them.
Chaz Lulis off on the jumper. Craggs corrals the miss. Nadeau got it again.
That's why CC's so good. Unselfish, smart, tough, opportunistic, and you see it all on that set.
TJ Nadeau has missed 1 3-pointer the last 2 games, and it was a few seconds ago because he was fouled while shooting it.
How about that?
This man is possessed right now.
6 of 6 his last 2. My goodness. What a start for CC.
Salaka rolled to the hole. He missed the short shot, though.
May's a big part of that. One of their leaders in the offensive end and defensive end, as you saw it there. Craggs also a length distraction.
All Shamrocks to start tonight. Do they have another punch? Yeah, they do. TJ Nadeau is a man possessed.
They don't. They do. Nadeau has done it already, 7 of 7 in the last 2 games. This is the guy they need. CC with a quick couple haymakers by Deuce.
Does anyone have Carl Anthony Towns' number after winning the three-point shootout the other day? TJ Nadeau's got to get a crack at Cat.
I have his dad's number.
Reese, the answer on the other end. A huge bucket for De La Salle. And we got a timeout on the floor as John Jokai calls one of his timeouts.
John Jokai, who got this team to the semifinals in Division I a year ago. Look, De La Salle's not laying down. You got guys like this that can drench it. This is a big gunner that can really do some nice things in a senior guard in Caleb Reese. But CC with the early advantage and look to have the better hand.
Timeout in Ypsilanti. We're back in a moment.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Back at the Convocation Center in Ypsilanti, the Shamrocks, buoyed by 10 from TJ Nadeau, have got an early lead. Aside from TJ Nadeau, unable to miss a shot right now, Chad Bush. What else are the Shamrocks doing well here?
Cooper Craggs. I mean, he's scored inside, outside. He's grabbed rebounds. He looks involved, invested early. And it's been an unselfish effort. We haven't even talked about Cam Mays, who I think is at times their best offensive player. But when you've got Nadeau and you've got Craggs cooking, and you know Mays is coming, watch out. I mean, CC's feeling themselves, and they should be.
A lot of weapons for a team that technically was worst in the league.
They were.
That's how good the league was this year.
You said it.
There's Cam Mays, grabbing his miss, and it's out of bounds off of a Pilot's limb, so the Shamrocks keep it.
It's just been that kind of night. I mean, CC makes an errant play, and they still get the ball back. But Cam Mays starting to assert himself. Watch for him to get going in this game as well. As the focus is on Craggs, and they do. I'm sorry, Evan.
Yeah, Mays scored 22, Chad, against Brother Ice the other day. Craggs for 3, well off. May have gotten tipped. Adley pushing the tempo. Missed the shot, and the rebound is out of bounds off the Shamrocks, so keep it on this end.
De La Salle has been a disciplined offense. It's very patient all year. I sense that they feel a little heated up right now by what Catholic Central's done to them offensively. I think they need to stay a little more composed offensively, get a good shot, and stay in this game mentally. They're no slouches when it comes to coming from behind. They've done it several times this year.
Certainly got the firepower to do that. Kevin went into the ball game for the Shamrocks as Brady Hewer steps out. Smith, good-looking 3 from the corner.
This kid is a player, and schools are taking note. I mean, he's a Division II guy, maybe Division I the way he's been playing. Cleveland State taking notice lately. This is a fine player, and I like this kid a lot, Nuno Smith.
Mays, tough shot, no. Craggs corrals the miss and puts it in.
Just bigger, stronger, and better right now is CC, but Craggs just looks, he didn't look as involved in the Brother Rice game. He looks involved, and he looks on a mission tonight.
Salaka, oh, it got blocked by Craggs, but a whistle and a foul. And Big Michael Salaka is going to the line for 2.
Salaka's no slouch. He's a big man that's been offered by Toledo. More MAC schools are getting interested. But Cooper Craggs is going to protect that tin, Evan. Nothing easy, no free chili, as Rick Mahorn and Matt Derry like to say.
You know, the thing with Salaka is the man could use a little chili. He's 6'8", 200. He could add 20, 25 pounds. And also the thing that makes him so intoxicating for all these schools looking at him, he's a junior, but he's also 15 years old. There's so much potential with this guy. His coach, John Jokai, says this guy's really the limit with him.
He is good, and he's skilled and growing into his body and really rose over the summer. I like Mike Salaka, and I think he's one of the best big men in the class of 2023.
Pilots ramping up the defensive pressure. The Shamrocks break it, get a corner three that's down for Kevin Wendt.
Wendt gets a three. This is a kid that's a 4.3 student. The threes are just for fun.
Kick to the corner, and it was caught out of bounds. Shamrock ball.
Shamrock's in control, really, emotionally, but the three ball for De La Salle, keeping them in it. It's been an impressive start. Chaz Lulis really hasn't gotten involved. Cam Mays hasn't really gotten involved. They haven't needed to.
And you're 5 of 6 from 3. A lot of good things can happen for you if you're CC. That was a good defensive play by De La Salle, swarming around Cooper Craggs on the entry feed.
De La Salle is pesky defensively. They want to be able to score, Evan, to set up their three-quarters press, which gives teams headaches. They haven't been able to do that much tonight.
Shamrocks have led from jump. Lulis fouled and took an awkward fall. Luckily, he's okay because that right leg bent at an awkward angle.
Yeah, it did. No shots here. John Jokai is going to go to his bench and try to get some energy and some three-point shooting. Glassner, a freshman, coming in, and Janacek, a senior. These are two guys that can really help add energy and scoring off the bench for Jokai.
Janacek's a heck of an athlete. He was one of the leading receivers for the state champion De La Salle football team this year.
That's right. He sure was. Good call on that. And he's
Reese,
got the ball here.
Yeah, off the pass from Caleb Reese, two for Jack Janacek right off the bench.
Thought I was doing play-by-play again real quick there. Sorry about that.
That's all good. That's no problem. This is a team effort here.
That's right. Janacek with a timely bucket partner.
And Phoenix Glassner, the freshman with the steal, right off the bench, and they're making moves.
Yep, making John Jokai look like the genius he is.
John Jokai got the Pilots to the semis in the state of Michigan in his first year last year.
Impressive, very impressive what he's done there so quickly after taking over for Coach Essler, who had a nice run there.
Craggs couldn't catch the pass. Pilots can run with A.J. Whitehead. Glassner bumped and fouled by Cam Mays. Nice little spurt here for De La Salle to close the quarter.
Sometimes it's just chemistry. We've known that, right? We learn it in dating, we learn it in relationships, we learn it in life. And the chemistry right now for De La Salle is really good, and you can see that.
I didn't know we'd be delving into love advice with Chad Bush during tonight's broadcast, but you never know what you're going to get.
Well, I've been married twice, so you can throw it all out the window. But I got it right now.
I mean, you didn't have to admit that to people, you know what I mean?
I'm too honest sometimes, but I got it right, I can tell you that. Second time is nice.
One more coming for Phoenix Glassner, one of the better freshmen in the state of Michigan.
Best hair in the Catholic League, I'll say.
He looks outstanding, and he'd probably be considered the best freshman in the Catholic League if Trey McKinney didn't exist.
Yes, Sherrod Barnes would argue with you on that as well, but it's a fair point, my friend. There's a lot of good freshmen in this league, and Glassner is certainly up there.
Let's see how the Shamrocks attack this possession. It could be the final possession of the quarter, a quarter that has gone very, very well for the team in white and blue.
5th out of 5 in the Catholic League Central Division, and this is what they're doing right now to a top 10 team.
They've got it in the hands of Cam Mays with 6 to shoot. Cam slips as he drives right, but he got bailed out. Foul on the Pilots.
It's a 5-point game. It feels like a bigger lead, and that's scary if you're the Shamrocks. They need to make some possessions count here, and this is one of them, I think, going into the second.
Still time on the ticker. Mays triggers the inbound to Wentz. Wentz stepping back. Oh, he hit it! What a close to what a quarter for Catholic Central.
When you get 5 off the bench from Kevin Wendt, you got it going on. And CC's got a touchdown lead in Ypsilanti. Watch out for CC. They're on the other side of that Division I bracket. Some say they're the favorite to get to the finals. They're putting up a statement here tonight in Ypsilanti.
Back for the start of quarter 2 in a moment.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Catholic Central off to a heck of a start, trying to meet the Orchard Lake St. Mary's Eaglets in the Catholic League Championship game here in Ypsilanti on Saturday night. They're leading 22-15 as we start the second quarter. And Chad, you have alluded to this throughout the broadcast. Catholic Central was 5th in the Central Division in Catholic League hoops this year. It's a hoops program that's got a pretty darn good tradition. They got some pretty darn good wins to their name this year. And Brandon Sinawi has been quoted saying, look, we entered these playoffs on a 5-game losing streak. Look, I understand that we didn't close the regular season well. Who cares? This is a new season, and they're playing excellent ball right now.
They are, and you see their proud alum Stan Heath, and we get a steal from Kevin Wendt. Are you kidding me? Kevin Wendt has 7.
Yeah, he's got 7 points. He averages maybe 3 or 4 points per game on the year. He only scored 3 the entire game at Brother Rice on Saturday.
Senior guards. Championships are built on senior guards. Kevin Wendt's one of them, and he's proven his worth tonight.
The lead back up to 9 for CC, and what has been a dream beginning to this game against the Pilots. Salaka has been the highlight for De La Salle. We give him 6.
See that just composed, soft touch. A lot of big men will rush that, miss that. I know he's 6'8", 6'9", has long arms that are 7'2", but that is a nice-looking finish by Salaka.
6'8", 200-pound junior. Already one offer from Toledo in Division I. More sniffing around. Lula slipped and traveled on the drive to the basket.
Sticky defense. Told you that De La Salle wants to press, play tight D. Catholic Central. Hey, look, defense has been more important to them this year. Brandon Sinawi talks about the commitment to defense this year. It's been better. They're giving up 56.5 points. He says that's too high. We want to get it at 52. But they've been much better than a year ago, Evan.
Defense wins championships, and that's what the Shamrocks are hoping for.
It's true.
Nichols, bounce pass to Janacek, football player to football player. They were the leading wide receivers on the football team that won a state title.
How about that? Dan Roan's in the house, the guy who won that title. He's got, what, 6?
Something like that. A bunch of them at Grand Rapids West Catholic.
Yep.
2 points for Glasser on an impressive take to the rack.
We were in his office earlier this year, and, I mean, they were blinged out. He had the rings up and was just getting them into a case, and pretty cool stuff.
Wendt again! Kevin Wendt is playing the game of his life.
Get out of here. Kevin Wendt, it looks like he just did about 100 push-ups before the game, has knocked home 10 points. Good for him.
Glasner. Awkward shot, no. Long rebound, they do. And the Shamrocks will settle it down. I am shocked Wendt didn't shoot that.
I am too. Disappointed as well, if I may add.
Battling for the rebound down low. It's off of Josh Ross.
We want more Wendt. Give us more Wendt.
the 6-foot senior, Kevin Wendt, rocking number 2 in that white and blue. Again, he scored 3 points the whole game against Brother Rice. We're not even halfway into the second quarter, and he's got 10 tonight. What a performance.
Tournaments are made of guys like Kevin Wendt, the unsung hero, Tamario Adley.
That was an aggressive lob, didn't work out. That was some impressive hops, though, from Adley, my goodness.
He's a great athlete, and this is a guy that's borderline Division I as well.
Mays, no. Rebound tips its way to Smith. Nino Smith, right idea, bad execution, too high for Salaka, which is saying something.
That's right. Well, CC has gone to their bench, and the bench has performed in the name of Kevin Wendt. It's Kevin Wendt, Cooper Craggs, and TJ Nadeau, and nobody else on offense tonight. But it's been a very unselfish effort for CC. Mays looking to get in the scoring column here, Evan.
He scores 14 a game. He still has not. Back to the corner for another three, and another made bucket. Craggs for three, give him 10.
Shamrock just doing it all, and everything's feeling right. And
No
they have
good.
that mojo.
And no good, Smith. Here they come again. It's a tidal wave right now. Tough shot for Nadeau. Nichols eyes it up and steps out of bounds.
CC's brought some fans, too. What's the student section? Do they have a name for themselves? The CC student section.
You know, I should know this as an alum, but I don't.
Well, I don't know if they even need a name, but they've come and they've represented tonight. And I don't even know if they have a name.
You know, we know that De La Salle has a name. It's the Pro Zone, and they are behind the basket to our left as we sit here baseline.
They are a creative group. Win again?
Oh, man. Rebound. Second shot. Craggs, you bet!
The threes are falling at the tune of ridiculousness for Catholic Central. I mean, they have knocked home 8 of 11 from downtown, partner.
This is a dream start. 14-point lead. Can they make it more? They'll slow it up briefly. This has been a breakneck pace. Craggs driving and off the glass for two.
I mean, he's shown it all. Off the bounce, in the block, at the three-point line. It's fun to watch.
Oh, and on the other end, Josh Ross says no.
CC's got all the smoke tonight in Ypsilanti, and the bench chipping in as well. We told you about Wendt, but Josh Ross is the defensive and the emotional leader for CC off the bench.
It is just all happening for the Shamrocks. Someone called Dikembe Mutombo Russ with a wag.
Oh, man. Who'd have thought that wag would stick around this long?
It's lasted longer than that great T-shirt he wore underneath his Georgetown jersey.
Hey, now.
Adley's going to the line for two. You know, I'm not supposed to bring up Georgetown as much as I do as a Syracuse alum.
Hoya Saxa.
Yeah, right.
Whatever they call it.
Right.
I know Matt Derry had a hard time with it too.
Yeah.
We got to the Hoya Saxa. Is it Hoya Saxa? Saxa Hoya?
Something like that.
Anyway, they were hitting us up on the DMs during the game as we were talking about it on the crew. So I know. I'm sorry. I know.
How are you dealing with spending so much time with the only two Syracuse alums, save for Mike Tirico, and broadcasting in Metro Detroit?
Between you, Matt Derry, Rob Murphy, I mean, you know, I've had a lot of orange in my life. And it's okay. I've adopted them. I've had a lot of time on the Hill with the trips back to Syracuse. So I feel like, I don't know, a part of the family.
Yeah, that's a recently renovated Carrier Dome, too. It's not an inflatable dome anymore.
It isn't?
No, it's not. It's hard roof.
All right. Is that new?
Yeah, it is, within the last couple of years. I haven't even seen it yet.
Okay.
They tell me it's very nice.
I believe it. It's a great school, fun institution. Cold in February, I can tell you that.
And it's cold most of the year, too. It's cold in October. Caleb Reese, the floater, that's good. Getting back to the ball game, Chad, what does De La Salle need to do here to get close? It's been Shamrocks with a double-digit lead here for what feels like the entire second quarter.
Yeah, they need to get their three ball working and get some stops defensively. They need to get their three-quarters court pressure going. They haven't had that. That's part of what has been their success this year, and I just haven't seen much of it.
There's a little pressure and a steal. The Pilots want to push. Nichols, the kick. Smith, look at that fancy footwork. Nichols misses the leader and gets his miss. Inside he goes, held ball. Arrow giving it to the Shamrocks.
Yeah, it's Tristan Nichols. Hard-working blue-collar kid. A lot of talent too, but unable to finish. That's been part of the problem for De La Salle. And look, CC's just had everything go right for them, and they've played well. And De La Salle, I believe, has to have their buckets made. They have to be able to set up their three-quarters press, and they have to force turnovers. And CC's been very responsible with the ball with, by the way, their backup point guard running the show, Kevin Wendt. We have not seen Chaz Lulis since Brandon Sanawi took him out at about the 4 or 5 minute mark. Gave him the business, and it's been an impressive run by Craggs and company. Kevin Wendt's been fun to see here too.
You know, if you told Shamrock fans before the game, hey, with about 2 minutes to go in the first half, you're going to have 3 guys in double figure scoring, guess who? They would have guessed Nadeau. They would have guessed Craggs. They probably wouldn't have guessed Kevin Wendt, but that's been the X factor in this game. A reserve for Catholic Central who doesn't light up the score sheet is lighting it up tonight. How about 10 points and a bunch of made threes for him?
Good for him. It's all about a person on the bench that comes back, has been a senior, good academic kid, 4.3, taking tough classes, AP classes. I mean, this is what it's all about. Look, De La Salle's not done, just like we thought about UAD. I think they're going to stick around in this game. They have yet to make their run, but CC has done what they've needed to do. The 5 seed out of 5 teams. We knew CC was better than a 5 seed, but in the Catholic League Central Division, that's not an insult.
No. John Jokai is trying to find an answer right now, solve the Rubik's Cube that has been Catholic Central so far in this game.
Here comes the three-quarters press, Evan. This is the best press in the league, and there you go.
That is great defense by Nichols, forcing a turnover on Cam Mays.
Nichols offers by Saginaw Valley, Ferris State. He's a fine football player, good young man, pretty darn good at basketball too.
Little life for De La Salle, trying to close the gap as we approach halftime. Nichols stopped and traveled, dragged that pivot foot.
John Jokai wanted a push. He thought that sneaker went a bit too far because of contact, but they still get to set up their press here, and that's important for the Pilots.
Wendt takes it away off the inbound. Right back to him. Confident night for Wendt.
You're not kidding.
That shot off. Lulis in and out. Third shot coming for the Shamrocks, and Josh Ross makes it pay off.
This kid is another one that's just fun to watch. He's just consistent with his effort.
On the other end, an open look and a 3 that falls for Caleb Reese.
Reese having a fine night, and he's sort of the forgotten man, the X factor. Very good defensively, but folks forget he can shoot the ball as well.
Yeah, he's got 8 points tonight, right at his season average. 61 seconds to go in a first half that has been an absolute dream for Detroit Catholic Central.
Brandon Sanawi's tough on his point guard, Evan, and we'll see what Chaz Lulis can do here. He's been on the bench quite a bit tonight watching. We'll see how he responds.
Yeah, Lulis and Mays, who combined averaged 25 points per game on the year, have scored exactly 2 tonight.
Wow.
And the Shamrocks are up by 13. Go figure.
Yep, coach's dream there, those numbers.
Pilots applying some pressure.
Brandon Sanawi said, out of that corner, please.
Yes, that is a coffin corner. Big time. And the pressure finally created an issue, and Lulis's awkward night continues.
Yeah, he's not with it tonight. He's going to check out. Brandon Sanawi's going to have another talking to, but luckily when your teammates have been as productive as they have tonight, they can pick you up.
So Chaz turns it over, and now he's going to sit. 20 seconds on the ticker in a first half that's been all Shamrocks. Janacek patrolling. Kicking out to Nino Smith. Right back to him. Quarter clock bleeding down. A long heave, not even close. And the first half ends like much of it was. Detroit Catholic Central with an impressive display, and the team that finished 5th in the Central Division in the Catholic League is a few moments away, a second half away from getting to a title game against St. Mary's. We talk about the first half when you come on back.
This is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
All right, we're back on the prep, and one heck of a first half for Catholic Central, leading De La Salle 39-26 after the first few minutes of hoops in the first couple of quarters. Evan Stockton, Chad Bush back with you. Chad, what in the world happened in that first half for the Shamrocks?
The Shamrocks were crisp. Nadeau going long ball 3 times. He was sharp. They kept going to him. They brought in his replacement off the bench, Kevin Wendt. All he did was knock down some shots. Meanwhile, De La Salle, despite being controlled in the first half, they were able to stay in it with some 3 balls, Evan, but we get a look here at Cooper Craggs, who did it at 3 levels. That's why Oakland offered him a scholarship. And Kevin Wendt, as Janacek came off the bench late, got a bucket. But when you have guys that can do it like Kevin Wendt coming off the bench, unlikely sources, you feel good when you can rely on seniors you trust. Meanwhile, De La Salle is not done. You got talent like Salle. You got a team that made a deep run last year, all the way to the semifinals of Division I. Most of those guys are back. They're not out of this game, but Catholic Central did something in the first half that was very impressive, Evan. Did it with multiple sources and did it with people off the bench contributing. And they deserve to have the lead here at the break.
Yeah, so we've been singing the praises of Catholic Central, and with good reason, how well they played in that first half. But look, this game is not over. De La Salle has beaten Catholic Central this year. They got a ton of firepower. So what's the key for the Pilots? How do they come back in this game?
Yeah, good question. I think the Pilots come back in this game by getting their defense set. You have to make shots. You have to be able to set up your 3-quarters press. That has been the bread and butter of De La Salle this year. John Jokai's teams can press. They can get turnovers and get some buckets. They're a good transition team, too. I think De La Salle needs to hit some long balls and get confidence in their defense to get stops and turnovers and get this thing turned around.
They'll start with a basketball in the second half. Nichols inbounds to Reese. Caleb Reese, number 11, was the leading scorer for the Pilots in the first half. He had 8.
Smith is their leading scorer on the year. He has it now. I think he needs to get on track. That's the offensive key, Evan.
Yeah, Nino, number 0 in black and purple and gold. He had 5 points in the first half. Not the explosive effort we usually see from him.
No.
Salaka giving it up. Great defense from the Shamrocks, but the Pilots get bailed out on a late whistle and a foul, and he gets Craggs down low.
Yeah, a little reach in on Lulis. And this is a chance for De La Salle to set up their ball out of bounds play. That's been pretty productive. John Jokai with some nice dial-ups in the Bob plays this year.
Adley turning the corner. Oh, he got blocked by Craggs, but it's a foul on the Shamrocks. They pick up a couple in the first handful of seconds of the second half.
Yeah, I think they got Nadeau in the reach, not the block attempt on Craggs. Nadeau says, what'd I do? But this is what De La Salle has to do more of. Attack, get to the free throw line. And this is their best slasher, Tamario Adley. A guy that was also quieted. Give CC's defense credit. They limited him. He's their top scorer, 17 a game.
Transfer from Harper Woods, Chandler Park Academy. Tamario's very highly thought of. Colleges are thinking about getting his services for the next 4 years. He's got 4 points tonight. De La Salle gets the first couple of points of the half. Brady Hewer spinning away in the corner. And it looks like they got Nino Smith for a personal. Hewer, a little bit of a bailout as Smith was on him like glue.
Yep, and De La Salle can do that. They're pesky, quick.
These Pilots aren't going away. Although Catholic Central played one whale of a first half, they know as well as everyone in the gym this ball game is far from finished. Craggs spinning and getting the roll.
That's that back drop step. He does a nice job of that, falling into the baseline. He's a good finisher. You see it there.
Nadeau, the steal. Shamrocks with numbers. Pass got tipped. And a whistle away from the ball halts action. It's going to be De La Salle basketball. Wow, that changed quickly. CC had a 3-on-1.
Yeah, they had a problem, Evan, with spacing. And anytime you have a 3-on-1, as you know, you got to get your wings wide. That time, Lulis was kind of not helped by his senior Mays, who was a bit too close to him, and not a good pass either.
Quick trigger for Tristan Nichols. Not even close.
No, he's a guy you want driving to the basket more, but has shown the ability at times to step out and hit that.
Tristan nearly had a steal on the other end, but it is out of bounds off of the junior. Tristan was the leading receiver for the Pilots football team this year. Caught a couple of touchdowns in the state title game win over Traverse City Central. That was looking like one of the games of the weekend at Ford Field, and De La Salle won by 4 touchdowns.
Isn't that something? Dan Roan's club was fabulous this year. You and I were talking off air. Maybe the best team overall in the state. They went through teams like hot knife through butter.
De La Salle's football team under Dan Roan, a force to be reckoned with year after year. That's the foul on Nino Smith. That is the 3rd foul on Nino Smith, a huge problem for De La Salle in their comeback effort.
Yeah, it is. Smith's checking out. Glassner's in, guy that can certainly help you, but you need that experience too. And Nino's been in some wars. Glassner hasn't.
Lewis hits them both at the free throw line. Really the only thing that didn't go well for Catholic Central in the first half. Chaz Lewis didn't have a great first half, which is rare to see from him.
It is, and they still were able to withstand it. You're looking for him to respond if you're a Shamrock fan here in the second.
Glassner fouled by Hewer. The shot was short because Brady hacked down his arm. So Phoenix Glassner, the highly thought of freshman, going to the line. 3 points so far tonight.
Good looking player, the best 8th grader to come out of Macomb County, according to most sources, a year ago, and his freshman campaign has been no disappointment. This is a guy that can really shoot it, can score it, and a good defender as well.
Smooth as silk on a couple of freebies. Now 5 for Phoenix. Lewis against Reese. 11 against 11. Nadeau had it stripped. Tristan Nichols up ahead. Tristan Nichols for 2.
That's how De La Salle is going to get back in this game. Stops and steals. And right there, some of their best athletes have stepped up.
Nichols is hounding Lewis right now. He's like an angry dog after a treat.
The butcher's dog.
Craggs rolling to the rim. Cooper Craggs with 19.
That's a pretty find by Lewis, too. Nice play. Good answer by CC.
3 minutes into the third. Another 3 on the way for De La Salle. They're heating up. Caleb Reese into double figures with 11.
He's been their best player tonight. Get another steal here, Evan.
Ahead to Caleb Reese, and De La Salle's getting closer. Catholic Central needs time.
Yeah, they need time because De La Salle's got them on their heels, and it's the defense. Told you they need to get steals, need to get their defense intensity up. And Tristan Nichols and Caleb Reese right now showing out in Ypsilanti.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Warren De La Salle has one of the finer athletic programs in high school sports across the Midwest, and that man is a big reason why. Dan Roan, the head football coach, he just won a state title back Thanksgiving weekend. Also the athletic director. Clearly he's checking Twitter right now, hearing all the good things we've been saying about him the last few minutes. Dan Roan is building one heck of a football program, one heck of an athletic program at De La Salle, and to toot the horn of the Catholic League, he's a huge reason why the league is so well respected across the country.
Yep.
Respectable men like that who are molding future leaders, future great men all across Metro Detroit.
Yep, and he proves that men can cross their legs. Real men do cross their legs. I do that too, and I get ripped on for crossing my legs. Dan Roan did it. It should be cool across the country.
Another turnover for Catholic Central. De La Salle's climbing back. They're trying to get closer. Oh, Nichols, the roll out, taking the shot through contact. Second shot coming for the Pilots. Reese, no. Rebound Craggs.
A lot of energy on that set. Reese is down behind the play. CC with numbers.
He's blinking a little bit. I think he got poked in the eye as he tried to float one in. Catholic Central led by 13 at halftime. The Pilots have surged quickly to start the half. Craggs with a miss. And he commits the foul on Tristan Nichols.
Yeah, and he didn't want to foul. The refs didn't want to call the foul. That's when you want to let go, but you know what sold it? The Pilot fell down. And when that happens, you have to call it. I think that's a smart play by De La Salle. Just chases his own miss, Evan, pardon me, and then a little too far, feet get crossed up. And lo and behold, the momentum has changed, sir. It is an 8-point lead, but old momentum shifted.
De La Salle making some subs, and let's keep an eye on this, Chad. Number 0, Nino Smith, back in the game for De La Salle, playing with 3 personal fouls here.
Yep, good point. We'll see if he doesn't come out more aggressive offensively, less aggressive defensively.
When Nino left the floor, this ball game looked a whole heck of a lot different. We got a ball game again in Ypsilanti.
Yep, we knew we would.
Glasters wanted to shoot a 3 all the possession. Instead, it's a fallback 2 that's not close.
Yeah, and to your point, when those feet aren't set, your odds are reduced by a great margin. I don't have the analytics, but setting your feet, squaring your shoulders, getting a good lift is important. Didn't have it there.
Lulis. Rebound Adley. De La Salle pushing. Shamrocks are behind the play. Smith. Tipped by Josh Ross. That is a smart play.
He's just so long, so athletic. He anticipates well. I like this Ross off the bench.
TJ Nadeau picks up a foul on Tamario Adley. TJ Nadeau was the story of the early part of the game. 10 points for TJ. He's been the story of this Catholic League tournament. He's 7 for 7 on 3-pointers.
I love it. I like the haircut, too. He's a fine player. How about that feed from Wen?
Blocked down low. Nice play by A.J. Whitehead.
He threw that from half court to the low right block. How does Cooper Craggs get a clear path to the basketball? That's a fine find. That's an wow. It should not be. You should not be able to do that. It's not right.
Right back to Cooper Craggs, who's sitting on 19. Right back to Cooper Craggs. Rebound to the Pilots and Adley.
That was a pretty set, though.
Tamario Adley, hop step, off the glass and good. Count it and 1.
Woo! What an answer. That's what he can do. This kid's chiseled like Zeus. Down the avenue, finishes strong. Euro step, avoids the Cragg swat. 3 fouls, though, for Cooper. That's big, partner.
Yes, it is. He's going to have to sit. Cam Mays comes back in for him. Chad, this ball game has changed quick, huh?
Yeah. De La Salle's made 2 separate runs in the second half that have told us that they can be in this game. That's a tough call there. Lulis fell down. Janacek got him. They're able to set this press up, though, Evan, and that's what's important for De La Salle. 3/4 court press. Watch it here. It's going to be intense. Or not.
Loyalist breaks it this time. Catholic Central has been unsettled the entire third quarter. In case you're just joining us, they were up by 13 at halftime. This ball game has closed quickly. De La Salle has been a different team in the second half. Lewis the miss. Adley another rebound, and he wants to run the floor again. Smith, great find.
Good hustle by Ross to close out that three on Glassner.
Adley cutting. Feed to the baseline, got tipped. Down to the deck they go. De La Salle got the ball and got a timeout before they had to go to the arrow, which would have given it to CC.
Yep, good hustle, good time. Out called, good timing by the staff. Happened right in front of the De La Salle bench. Like you said, we've got a ball game, 5-point game. Look, the winner gets Orchard Lake St. Mary's, who won earlier today. 22-point win over UAD, the champion of the Central Division. And as we get a look at this tournament and De La Salle and what they've done, it's been an impressive performance. But either team is going to get St. Mary's. Both teams were swept by St. Mary's. But that doesn't matter. This team is up for grabs right now. This game it was 13, it's now down to 5, Evan. And as you look at this tournament, which will end on Saturday in Ypsilanti, this is anybody's ball game, but it could be the number 3 seed St. Mary's versus the 5 seed Catholic Central. If things end this way, that's what it would be, and that's pretty telling of this league.
Yeah, and if CC does play St. Mary's, the Eaglets would on paper have the upper hand. They beat the Shamrocks twice in the regular season. We are still a long way from that. A.J. Whitehead for 2. It's a 3-point game.
Heck of a run for De La Salle, who's done it with some attacking offense, getting stops. Cam Mays has been off track tonight.
Ross, the rollout, he gets his miss. Still battling down there. Mays blocked, follows it up, yes.
Shamrocks needed that bucket so badly, and they get it on their third opportunity. Great stick-to-itness for the Shamrocks.
Back up to a 5-point lead for CC. That heart rate is racing now. They were on cruise control for the first half. Reese, what a take. Caleb Reese for 2.
Really impressed tonight with Caleb Reese's toughness and tenacity.
Cam Mays up the floor, slipping and drawing a foul on A.J. Whitehead.
That's the team's 6th inadvertent foul, but it still counts the same.
A.J. Whitehead, team.
Cam Mays was getting a full head of steam, getting ready to attack that green paint. Maybe a good foul for De La Salle, despite it being inadvertent.
Shamrocks will play for the final shot of the third quarter, a third quarter that has been all De La Salle. Mays with 5. The kick to the corner, out of bounds off Kevin Wendt, and De La Salle's got a little sliver of time.
And a sliver of a chance to tie going into the fourth, but the fact that they're even within that position is surprising and impressive.
That went off a Wendt. Half-court heave nearly went in. Reese had it go off the back of the rim. And we got a ball game in Ypsilanti at the Convocation Center. The Catholic Central Shamrocks led by 13 at the break. They don't lead by 13 anymore. The fourth coming up from Eastern Michigan. Do not go anywhere.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
The De La Salle Pilots have made this a ball game again. Down by 13 at the half, they've closed to a 3-point game as we start the fourth. John Jokai in the midst of his second season as the head man for the De La Salle Pilots, a program that's had a ton of success, Chad Bush, but I think the thing that really shocks a lot of people when you tell it to them, De La Salle has never won a state championship in basketball. They're going to have a shot over the next few weeks to get to the Breslin Center and win the whole darn thing. But right now, all they're thinking about, we're trying to beat Catholic Central for the second time this season. As we start this pivotal fourth quarter, what's the keys for both sides?
Catholic Central has to get Nadeau back involved. The guy hit 3 threes in the first quarter. Get him involved and feeling and touching the basketball. Or this guy, Cooper Craggs.
Rolls it in for points 20 and 21.
Now on De La Salle's side, continue your pressure defensively, but don't be over-aggressive against the Shamrocks and give up something too easy.
Smith, step back, and he got the roll. Got a couple of them.
Yeah, living right. Nino Smith is, you know that.
Teams trading buckets to start the fourth quarter. This is as high-level high school hoops in the state of Michigan as you'll find. Where in the world would you rather be?
Nowhere else.
Nadeau blocking foul, De La Salle.
Nadeau's going to get a chance to see the ball go through the hole from the free throw line, a free throw line that's been very friendly to Catholic Central again in this game. I like Nadeau being aggressive, getting to the line, seeing the ball go through the hole no matter where on the court.
TJ Nadeau, one of the finer shooters in Metro Detroit. He's 7 for 7 from behind the long line so far in the Catholic League tournament. Scored 25 points against the Pilots back on January 14th. If he makes this free throw, he's got 12 points tonight.
No points for Nadeau in the third. Those are his first points of the second half. As you mentioned, needs to get himself going a bit. Free throws help. And we'll see how CC continues from the free throw line. Evan, they're 13 of 14 from the strike.
Smith. Rebound, the Shamrocks and Went. Kevin Went got stripped from behind. You could see that coming. Nino Smith, yes, with the left.
Here comes De La Salle. You see them coming too, and the pressure. And this is what they want to do. They want to speed you up. They want to get the ball. And they want to score in transition defense.
Cam Mays slithering inside and drawing a foul on De La Salle. Cam Mays, who scored 22 points for Catholic Central over the weekend against Brother Rice, just 2 points tonight. Nino Smith on that drive getting closer to double figures. But Chad, as we see Cam Mays go to the line, what's changed for him tonight? Why are the scoring numbers down?
I think they've just stayed away from him because Craggs has been so hot. Nadeau's been so hot. He just kind of get in a rhythm where those guys are doing well and you think, okay, well, I guess it's their night. Well, we need you too, Cam. And so you start to become a spectator offensively. I think he needs to be reminded that, hey, you are one of our leaders too. We need you to stay productive and stay in this game. And I think he will become a storyline before this game ends.
1 of 2 from the line. De La Salle can tie the game for the first time in a long time on this trip.
And Cam Mays is a good story going back to that real quick. He's been injured his whole career. He's come back his senior year. He's had his best year and has been a nice piece of this club.
Smith defended well by Went on that shot. Here's Cam Mays again. He got stripped again.
They sped him up.
3-on-1 for De La Salle. High off the square and in. Nino Smith makes it a 1-point game.
Understanding angles as well as defensive pressure.
Lewis. Got it.
So big for him. He struggled shooting the ball his last 2 games, and that's big for him to see it, the sophomore with a big triple.
Nichols turns the corner. Tristan Nichols, no. Got his miss and threw it to the Shamrocks.
Yeah, fine effort.
CC the lead in the ball, coming up on 5 minutes to go in a second half that has been electric in Ypsilanti.
And it's hinted towards overtime.
CC is very familiar with playing close games. They just played one a couple of days ago eked out a 2-point win over Brother Rice on Saturday afternoon.
And beat Brother Rice after they were beaten in double overtime by the Shamrocks in Novi.
Lulis, wave it off, offensive foul.
Yeah, Lulis maybe trying to do a little too much. Nadeau's going to check back in quickly, and he'll be a focal point of the offense here moving forward, you think. CC electing not to pressure Evan, not to pressure, sit back, and reserve some of the gas in the tank, so to speak.
Trying to have enough to get to the finish line. Trying to get to that Catholic League championship game against St. Mary's on Saturday. Still a long way to go. Smith can't shake Hewer. Nino Smith still scoring.
Cut it to 2. Nino Smith is something. Hasn't had his best offensive night, but he's a guy that when you want a big play, you need a big bucket, he has it for you most times.
Lulis driving right. Handing off to Hewer. Back to Lulis, the sophomore guard. Cooper Craggs back on the floor for CC, playing with 3 personals. Lulis tries again, and hits again!
Fourth quarter, couple threes. Chad Lulis with a huge triple to bump this lead back to 5 in 2 possessions.
On the other end, a turnover for De La Salle. A.J. Whitehead thought it went out of bounds off CC. No dice.
No, and that's just so big for the sophomore's confidence, Lulis. Look at him rallying his team. Just changes the whole complexity of the confidence level of the Shamrocks with the sophomore point guard.
Craggs the kick to the corner. Kevin Wendt thought about it. The student section wanted him to take it.
Did they ever?
Nadeau will take it. Rebound to De La Salle. Up the floor they come with Nichols. Nichols, 2 more.
Such good composure, footwork, athleticism. Tristan Nichols, a focused athlete. 1 possession game, 3 minutes left, partner.
You told us at halftime that this would be a 3-point ball game with 3 minutes to go. I don't know if we would have believed you.
No.
CC led by 13 at the half.
Yeah, it looked like their night, and it still might be, but it's not going to be without a further fight.
Nadeau had it tipped. He tried to save it along the out-of-bounds line, and they do rule that Brandon Sanawi got a timeout with 2:37 to go. This is one of the games of the year in high school hoops in Michigan. 2 great teams slugging it out. Catholic Central leading by 3 with 2:37 to go.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
This game is partly sponsored by Blue Lion Fitness. Just up the road in Ann Arbor, 401 South Maple. Enhance your fitness performance. Train like a winner. 734-929-5286. Blue Lion Fitness.
Off the inbound and the timeout for CC. It's their ball in the forecourt. Everybody's heart rate here at the Convocation Center in Ypsilanti starting to race a little bit, Chad. CC and De La Salle in a darn good one with 2:36 to go.
They are, and this is what it's all about. You are going to have to go through some obstacles getting to the Catholic League Central Division title, which we will have 2 titles on Saturday. Sam Stick Day on the call. It'll be also, let's not forget, the other divisions. The intersectional. Gabriel Richard of Riverview expected to be in that game. And I'm excited to watch that one as well. That'll be the 6 o'clock game.
Basketball in this league all winter long has just been so much fun. Games like this night after night. As Lulis drove in, we got a foul on De La Salle.
It has, from the Central Division to the AA, to the Intersectional 1, to the Intersectional 2. It has been the best brand of basketball this league has been able to provide since its inception in 1926. Period. The end.
Down the stretch, you got to hit your free throws, and Chaz Lulis just got the front end of the 1-and-1 for CC. 18 fouls on De La Salle, 6 on Catholic Central. So as soon as CC commits one more foul, we're shooting free throws the rest of the way.
17 of 18, according to our fine statistician, Jamie Janssen, for your Shamrocks in this game, partner. That's going to win you a lot of contests. And when you're going to get to the line at that tally, it's an important number.
Pilots with the ball, down by 5 with 2 to go. Reese, quick trigger. Rebound being battled for. Who wants the basketball? Amidst a massive humanity, the tie-up keeps it with De La Salle.
Yeah, great hustle on the floor. That's what this grit's all about, this league's all about, the brotherhood, helping each other up, getting on the floor, getting dirty, getting that thing wet.
Another crack for De La Salle. Nichols, amidst a crowd, lost the ball. TJ Nadeau's got it for CC. Ahead to Lulis. Now you see how the Shamrocks attack it. They get a foul on Tristan Nichols.
Free throws, and if you're Catholic Central, it's been your friend tonight. And that's all De La Salle can do now to lengthen this game.
As Chad was just talking about, CC has been outstanding from the free throw line tonight. 17 of 18. They keep making their free throws, and the comeback road for De La Salle gets longer and longer. Just over 90 ticks to go.
And they were 18 of 21 back on Saturday. 86%. I mean, that's going to win you games. And in tight ones like this, people, oh, free throws, make your free throws. I'm telling you, if you're a team and you shoot better than 70% from the free throw line, you are in the top 5% to 10% in the country. Brandon Sanawi says they're coming after you. Be careful with the basketball. Be protective of it.
The Shamrocks have still only missed one free throw all night. Glasner gets inside, misses the short shot. Adley corrals the miss. In and out of the hands of Caleb Reese.
Well, you've heard of the receiver that doesn't look the ball in and drops it wide open. That was the case there. And that's a big one. That's a burn possession down a touchdown, and CC has given De La Salle long odds here.
Pilots pressuring, trying to force a turnover. CC calls a timeout. Chad, we have to keep this in mind with over a minute to go. This is why Brandon Sanawi is so adamant right now on the sidelines. Catholic Central almost gave the game away on Saturday against Brother Rice because they couldn't handle a situation like this.
That's right. And they were the beneficiary of a Rick Palmer technical foul. And listen, CC was jobbed a call prior to that, so I'm not saying that that's Howard. I think there were two calls that were both could have gone, evened them out, okay? So I'm not pointing to that, but what I'm saying is, to your point, look, it was free throws down the stretch that won him the game. Cooper Craggs with a free throw, late game situations, down 4 points, CC rallied. They've carried that over into this game. And they're going to have to try to lose this game if they lose it. It's their game. And when you've hit free throws at the confidence level they have, but you cannot allow De La Salle to get a three-point clean look off by Mr. Smith, Mr. Nichols, Mr. Adley, or Mr. Reese. They've got a lot of guys that can hit you from long range. Glasner's another one of them. You really have to cover up that three-point line, even if it's giving up an easy layup. You got to cover that line. I can't say it enough. And do not foul the three-point shooter.
For now, Catholic Central keeps the ball. Brandon Sanawi, the fourth-year head man, the grad of Farmington Hills, Harrison, which of course was at one point maybe the best athletic program in all of Michigan. That football program was just otherworldly in its heyday.
Yep. Bob Sutter, the defensive coordinator, one of his mentors. John Harrington, the head coach at Harrison, formerly, now at North Farmington.
Let's see how both teams play this. CC almost turned it over. Wow.
Did they ever? Big break.
You talk about game of inches. De La Salle is still scrambling. I got to think about fouling here in a minute. And they turn it over. The Pilots finally force a turnover. Smith. Rebound right back to him. Free throw line jumper is good for Reese. And John Jokai calls a timeout with 36 seconds left.
They were on the verge of calling off the Dogs and committing a foul. You called it. They were really close. And they stuck with it for 2 more seconds, Evan, and it got them a steal. And they missed the shot, and they stuck to it, and they got another shot, and they made it. De La Salle is not going to back off, and CC knows that. This is an important set for De La Salle, who now can set up their press, pressure the ball, and do some things that they really like to do in a game.
This looks a lot like what happened to CC in their last game against Brother Rice. Why is Catholic Central these past couple of games with late leads having trouble with all the pressure teams are throwing at them?
Confidence. They ended the regular season on a losing skid. I think it was 4 or 5 straight. Apologize for the lack of details, but you get the point. CC did not have confidence going into the postseason. They beat Brother Rice. They're gaining confidence. They're getting it back. But look, they haven't played with big leads this year a lot in league games. They just haven't. Many teams in this league have not. So not being accustomed to playing in these types of games where you have a big lead and can appreciate it and know how to hold on to it. And De La Salle's really good. I mean, they're really good. They're not easy to put down, and they're not going to go down without a fight.
Shamrock's got to break the press. They will with Nadeau. Lulis catches along the baseline and gets fouled by Reese with under 30 seconds left.
And I can tell you, Catholic Central, despite getting beat by St. Mary's twice this year, look, they're not going to be intimidated. When you've knocked out Brother Rice, the 2 seed, you've knocked out De La Salle potentially here if they hold on the 4 seed. I mean, you've been in some good games this year too. Against King is the team that competed with Detroit King, the #1 team. That's one of their losses. I mean, the way CC shot the ball in the first half, they can beat any team in this state. But against St. Mary's, they're going to need to be a little sharper if they do advance. But they're not going to be scared. I can tell you that much.
This scoreline holds. CC beats Brother Rice De La Salle on back-to-back games. Adley, a long jumper short. And let's see if De La Salle fouls one more time. They will. Glassner commits the personal. And right now, Catholic Central insult this ball game away mode.
Yep, it's their game and it's been their night. And they deserve this game. And to get to the title game, you feel good for Brandon Sanawi. You feel good for Catholic Central basketball. A school that's been known for football. It's been known for other sports, wrestling, many more sports. But it hasn't been known as a basketball school since 1976, 1979, the early 80s. I mean, Brandon Sanawi has brought basketball back to Novi. I wanted to say Breakfast Drive. They're not there anymore. He has brought basketball back, and it's here to stay. He's got a lot of young talent, too.
Could be the final shot of the night for De La Salle. Smith cleans it up and scores, but it's all academic now. The slipper still fits. The Cinderella Shamrocks onto the Catholic League Championship game on Saturday night.
Started hot, finished strong, little leaky in between, but a worthy finalist. And a finalist that won't be satisfied being named just a finalist. Cinderella might have some more to say on Saturday night.
They'll get the Eaglets, but before we get there, we got to wrap up this win wire to wire for Catholic Central when you come on back.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so that interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decision.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Shout out to the Shamrocks singing Mary Alma Mater after a win on a Wednesday night in Ypsilanti. They got a great ball game with De La Salle, a heck of an effort from the Pilots in the second half. But tip your caps to CC. They win, and they're going on to the Catholic League Championship against St. Mary's on Saturday night. He's Chad Bush. I'm Evan Stockton alongside the rest of our great crew with the Prep. Glad you're joining us as we wrap it all up from Eastern Michigan. Chad, that was one whale of a basketball game. Again, credit to De La Salle for making it close in the second half, but what was the difference tonight? How did CC get ahead and stay ahead the whole night?
CC was able to get their defense locked in late and not allow the second chance opportunities. De La Salle was able to get some chances in the second half. Really was able to get second chances after getting rebounds, sending it out, and knocking down a couple of threes. CC limited that, and of course they were able to hit their free throws. What did they end up? 19 of 20 from the free throw line, Jamie? I mean, just a ridiculous number from the stripe, but they were able to ultimately withstand the De La Salle three-quarters court pressure. It got to them a little bit, but not enough.
Yeah, CC just doing what winners do down the stretch. It's kind of a cliche, but it's true. Cooper Craggs was the star of the night for CC, 21 points. You know, Chaz Lewis, so you highlighted in the first half, Brandon Sinawi was on his butt. He was not happy with the way he played in the first half. Credit him as well. Number 11, the sophomore for CC, scores 12 in the second half. A major reason why they withstood that big rally for De La Salle.
He was. Give both Sinawi and Chaz credit, and he hit two triples at about, the 3 or 4 minute mark in the fourth, back-to-back. You got to feel good for Chaz Lewis. He struggled shooting the ball, did some other things to give him and his team confidence. And, an impressive comeback for Lewis. And an impressive effort by Catholic Central to not allow De La Salle to come back in this game and get too comfortable. Got it down to, 2 points at one point, and that was as close as it would get. CC would have the lead in this game most of the way.
Yeah, CC will play St. Mary's on Saturday night. Before we sign off, a quick preview of that ball game. What can people expect?
I think they can expect to see Catholic Central continuing their ways, trying to get their shots, their three-point shots, open up the middle for Cooper Craggs. Meanwhile, St. Mary's is going to try to get out and transition and run and not allow the CC defense to get set up and let their athletes be athletes. But it's going to be a fun one to watch as you see the tournament, Evan. St. Mary's and Catholic Central on Saturday for the Catholic League title in the best division of the state of Michigan for sure.
Going to be a heck of a ball game, Chad. I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to follow along on the prep. Thanks for being with us. Take us home, my friend.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Evan Stockton, thank you so much. Want to say thank you to our crew as well. Jamie Janssen, Pat Bush on statistics. Want to thank our great camera crew as Zach Russell on the floor camera tonight doing great things. Camera one, the Schwarzenator, Matt Schwartz up there. Kyle Buchanan up there in his new hat with a flow kicking out. How about Evan Westfall coming back from Florida after he shot 15 under at his tournament? Alex Westfall in the house, executive producer in the captain chair. Ali Hadi over from his gig over on the east side of the state tonight. Thank you very much. Doing a good job on instant replay. Fish on audio. My name is Chad Bush, my partner Evan Stockton. Thanks so much for watching. Let's not forget our creative team, James Ferris and Julia Pisano. Your final score tonight, 65 for Catholic Central, 58 for Warren de La Salle. We'll talk to you Saturday night from Ypsilanti for the championship of the CHSL. Have a good night, everybody.